this is what I have discovered when it comes to being a gangster creating social media is
I'm coming.
Hi, good morning. I'm gonna do a quick story. Hi, good morning. Today on the podcast, do you want to sell without being salesy?
No.
This is the second time that I'm going to be meeting with each person, and they are going to be submitting their first challenge. And it's been really great because 2 of the 3 mentees have been communicating with me the last week, asking for feedback, letting me see previews, wanting ways to make it better. And I thought that was so promising. So shout out to Rachel and Andy. Now, Andy worked with a professional videographer. Now what I did was I sent all 3 of my mentees access to Social Curator, and I sent them tutorials on how to create reels and edit them. So these are all the resources that we have on the inside. And I told them I didn't want them just setting up a camera and recording it. I wanted them to create it in Instagram, because then they would be able to get filters and add text and really have an easy editing process, and it would make it engaging. The goal isn't for them to complete the challenge. The goal is for them to complete the challenge, give it over to Inc.com and the UPS store, and make it so compelling that they have to share it. The way that they're going to garner attention is by giving collateral that other people want to promote. So what makes other people want to promote? It makes both those companies look really great. It's engaging, it's visually interesting, and is really getting the point across on the objective. So we'll see how it goes. I'm just really excited. I think they did a great job.
Your lemon.
You what?
Said I just took your lemon. You were going to use it.
Hey, we're 50-50 in life and business. Take that lemon.
50-50?
You don't think we're 50-50?
I'll take it.
Okay, JD thinks we're 80-20. 80% he handles everything, and I like take 20%. It's like Pareto's law. Like, you know, one partner will do 80% of the work, and then the other partner will do 20%, but then it's like, you know. Like,
No, it's hey. They all, everything. It depends on what we're talking about, right?
He's, see, 80-20. I'll call him out in a second, and he's like, yeah, no, she's great. She's great all the time. Besitos? Besitos, besitos?
So no, where are we going to go today?
Librería con sus libros? Ay, qué bueno. You're gonna share? Okay, I love you.
I love you.
I mean, it's like a whole thing. It's like legit a whole thing. All right, 4 minutes. Hold on, I need a moment of grounding. We're kind of like halfway through the year, and my focus from now to the end of the year is to be fully cognizant of presence and like really understanding that this is like a big blessing for me to do. I get to work with business owners, which I love. I get to facilitate change, which I love, and I get to do it with my family, and I get to be creative, and I get to do it with you. So this time last week, I flew to Knoxville, Tennessee to meet with a group of women to really focus on building out personal brands, but also in media, so launching books and podcasts. What we did is we came together to talk about what we've been learning, how contracts are negotiated, and sharing information, because when we have information and it's not siloed, we become stronger as a force, and we start demanding things of equality and equity, at least amongst ourselves, and furthermore for the people who come behind us, which I thought was like pretty dang powerful. And then from Knoxville, I flew to Austin, and JD and Luna flew from LA to Austin, where we met, and I was there at an executive retreat as part of a Hampton community for CEOs and founders. So it was quite honestly 6 days of just business intensive and talking and strategy, which was really great. But I woke up yesterday morning on the flight home from Austin, and I told JD, I'm like, I feel like I have a business hangover. Like I didn't even drink. I didn't drink the whole time. When I go to these things, I try to stay super sober. I try to get a lot of sleep. I try to work out to keep focused. And I just realized that I was like so overextended with so many thoughts and so many ambitions. And I just realized that I had to get my feet grounded at home and focus on, instead of like A through Z, I need to focus on where I am right now. I need to get from B to C, and occasionally think about Z, but right now, this is where I'm gonna be, and this is where I've been present. I've been focusing on continuing conversations in email, but here I get to like connect personally. So I feel good. I feel good. Andy, if there is somebody, a woman on a mission, it is you. You are essentially playing the Super Bowl in your business, and you are showing up. You went to the UPS store to do a live. I'm so proud of you. I'm assuming out of your comfort zone.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
And so you are creating content on behalf of your local UPS store, and you're giving a way for you to show brand credibility and a full-on endorsement of you being a part of this challenge. I thought that was very smart. I think it's very strategic, and I just want to give you a great big pat on the back.
Appreciated your challenges this week and pushing me to do things that were outside of my comfort zone. And
I love it. Now, I know you have a lot on your plate, and so we're going to use this time as a place for you to start here as we talk about challenge number 2. What is your goal for social media?
Instagram is kind of new to me. We've only been on it for about a year. So I'd like to see that grow.
So when we put out social content, we want to ask ourselves, does this fall in 1, 2, or all 3 of these categories? Educated, entertained, and empowered. When you look at the content you're creating, you want to help somebody, you want to educate them on what it is you do. Now, I know it seems counterintuitive as a business owner, like, why would I be teaching them?
Right, I don't want to share my secrets.
Here's the thing, Andy. You want to know what you have that they will never have? 10,000 hours of making chocolate covered strawberries. So this is what I have discovered when it comes to being a gangster creating social media, is one of 3 things will happen. They will watch your tutorial, your reel, your carousel, your photos about the 3 tips that you learned as a professional chocolatier when making chocolate covered strawberries. Number 1, they're going to look at it and they're going to say, I can do that. Number 2, they will say, I want to do that.
Right.
And number 3, they will say, I won't do that. Okay, now here's the thing, Andy. For the person who says, I'm going to do that, I always say, bless your heart. Because my tips make it here's the thing that we know on the internet. When somebody makes it look easy, it shows how good they really are. So I am telling you, Andy, I could watch your tutorial 18,000 times. I'm gonna buy strawberries. I'm gonna buy the chocolate chips. I'm gonna have a tin, and then have the steam, and I'm gonna wait for it, and then I'm gonna stir it, and then I'm gonna try, and then it's gonna be a big, globby, messy mess of a chocolate covered strawberry. And I'm like, well, I followed Andy's steps, and it doesn't look like that.
Funny you say that, because people tell us that all the time when they come in our store.
Exactly. So if then that happens, I try it and I realize how hard it is. Would it not make a heck of a lot more sense for me to buy a chocolate covered strawberry for $3.95 or however much your chocolate covered strawberry is, instead of me buying all the supplies, a carton of strawberries, spending 2 hours to do it, right? So what you've just done is made yourself look really good, made your strawberries look like a freaking value,
And sold a lot more strawberries.
Okay, but here's the thing. That amount of people, the I will do it, is really small. The largest amount of people are going to be the I want to do it. But the thing about desire on the internet is as people scroll, they say, I want to do that workout. I want to make that meal. I want to make that chocolate covered strawberry. And many people don't. In fact, many people save things the way that we save brown bananas in the refrigerator. I'm going to make the banana bread, and all of a sudden you're like 16 brown bananas, and you're like, what the heck? Why do I have these bananas? Okay. So he knows I'm not talking trash. So what happens?
We call those gonna doers.
The gonna doers. Okay. So this is the gonna doer crowd. And so what happens is when they save that 3 tips for the one day they're going to do it, it's an indication to the algorithm that they're finding your content really amazing. And when they make a comment, like, save, or when they share it to their stories, or when they tag a friend, all of that is an indication to the algorithm that this person is saying, I want to see more from Andy's profile. All of this is good. Now, here's the thing. Over time, they're going to want to save a lot more recipes, and over time, they're going to see other photos of you behind the scenes. And when the time comes for them to buy chocolate online, they're going to think of you. Not because you had a viral video, but because you consistently showed up and shared your story and you stayed top of mind. Now, the third grouping of people, the I will do it, I want to do it. The third group of people are my favorite people. This is the I will never do it. They are most likely to become an instant customer, right? Like, I'm in that category. I will look at the best tutorial, I'm like, this is amazing. I can never do it. I'm just gonna buy it. So those are going to be the 3 categories. And guess what? You win in all 3 categories. So we're going to function from a place of abundance and possibility instead of, I don't want to share my secrets because if they know my secrets, they're going to go out and do it. To which I say, God bless, please try. And so we want to think about ourselves as you're going into the next 2 weeks, a very clear assignment for you. Every post, does it empower, educate, or entertain?
I'm the administrator of 5 hyper-local community groups. So whenever I create a post on the Chocolate Shoppe's Facebook page, then I can go in and share that into my groups where those algorithms don't matter. My groups, I got 12,000 members. I got 6 of them that actually see the post. The statistics show it. So there's a lot of engagement in the groups. I'd really like to see more of that on Instagram.
Okay, but I want us to be very clear about something. You said that when you post it to your Facebook page, it doesn't get engagement because the algorithm pushes it down. But then what you do is that you push it into groups. So you're clumping the efficacy of Facebook, not on the back of a page, but on the efficacy of tens of thousands of people in Facebook groups that you've started. So if you were to silo your Facebook page versus your Instagram account, that is the true metric of a platform to platform comparison. Right. So if you wanted to duplicate the strategy that you have done on Facebook, then what you might consider, this is not a suggestion, but I'm just finding a way for us to get an apples to apples comparison, would be that you start an Instagram account that is for your local community supporting small business.
Ooh.
And so then every Instagram post is highlighting city events, highlighting, like even when it comes back down to who was nominated for like Homecoming King and Queen. And then what you could do for your small businesses is like the Chocolate Shoppe and let's say the Chocolate Shoppe, the Flower Shop, and your local music store. You all come together and you say, congratulations to Stephanie Marcus and Joel Zucker for becoming a Homecoming King and Queen. Come into the Chocolate Shoppe, the music store, and your flower shop to get your Homecoming King and Queen package. And anybody else who comes to these 3 stores during Homecoming week gets a 10% discount on chocolate, flowers, or your music store. And so what you're doing is you're finding ways to cross-pollinate local businesses and highlight people in the community. And you never know if the Homecoming Queen and your local college town or your local high school would repurpose that post and tap into her networks and tell her friends to go to the Chocolate Shoppe because she was nominated as Homecoming Queen. So I just want to make sure that what we're doing is building the ecosystem on one platform that was very similar. Oh shoot, that was very similar. Oh my God. Hang on 1 second. Oh my God, my computer. Oh my gosh, hang on. I am so sorry. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Okay, I literally just am grabbing a bathtub. This is embarrassing. The good news is that nothing got on my computer, thank God, just a little bit. So we're about 20 seconds from getting back into business. Okay.
Are you gonna post this in your Facebook reel?
Absolutely. It's great content. When you are a hot mess, yes, absolutely.
No, it's very entertaining.
This feels good.
Got it.
This feels good. Thank you for the grace, and I will have a forever remembrance of a green juice. Creating parallel ecosystems so that we can measure the efficacy. Now, when we do this, you do know that you are adding another layer of work, right? But you see that it works. You see that it works on Facebook, and it can absolutely work in a slightly different way, but similar enough on Instagram. Dude, I dropped my whole drink. It was embarrassing, but like that's literally my life. That's 100%. If I didn't do something clumsy at least 8 times a day, it wouldn't be a normal day. Andy's killing it. I'm really proud she's taking action. She last week voluntarily on her own accord went to her local UPS store and had an Instagram live where she just introduced her local UPS store and how the UPS store really helps her business and with all the shipping of chocolate that she does. Thought it was very smart. It was a big gesture of goodwill, and he just couldn't be more proud to see her making progress on her own. Okay. Safety. There you go. Okay. First things first, you are just so dedicated to this project. I love the timeline. I love how you're working. I love that you're asking for feedback and giving me time to give the feedback. You doing that stuff is like, all we're doing is putting your best foot forward. And I love it. Job well done. Job very well done. I would say that what I've heard and what I've seen from business owners is that your feed is good for branding and marketing, positioning Dry Goods Refillery as the luxury premier, the top, leading it, avant-garde, the forerunner of this concept. It's great. And it's good for marketing, awareness. When people are in Jersey, when people think of you, those are two powerful things. But sales on Instagram stories are so powerful because it is the click to buy. What could you link to the store from your online shop that somebody might want to buy from stories?
These shampoo and conditioner bars.
Okay, let's not overthink it. Let's not overthink it. If you were to do a story on these refillable shampoo and conditioner bars today, could you link to your Square account and ship those in the next 24 hours?
In stories, yeah, it's not going to be click to buy, but yeah, it would take it to our website to where they are, correct.
This is an experiment. Let's see how much money an Instagram story can make you. You probably need 2 stories max to explain what it is. Then you immediately address, like, people say it couldn't possibly be salon quality, but what we hear, and then you could say, if you do in fact use it, be like, I use it, I've seen a big difference in my hair, and for whatever the cost of it is, for $7.95 or whatever it is, $14.95, $39.95, whatever it is, for that price, it's a good test to try what it is and make a small step towards clean products that are eco-friendly. And then you just have a link, like, try the bar out yourself. I would be so interested. And then what I would probably need somebody in your team to do is like, it's 1:30 Jersey time. And like, how many bars of this have you sold today? If the answer is 0, 1, or 3, index it, put the story out, and see how many more of those bars you sold on the back of stories. And here's the thing. If it's just one, hot damn, we're onto something. The total side note, and like the UPS store and like ink will probably not be like, girl, like, save your breath. This is not the challenge for that. I just think that there's a clean play for you to become like the leader in educating how to build refilleries.
That's actually my goal. Like, I love having a physical store. I think the physical store gives me credibility and it gives me platform to kind of, grow that. But yes, actually that's, I have a PR team, and that's actually our goal this year is like, I just want to become the industry expert in what I do.
Honest to God, could totally see like a CNBC or even like an HGTV of you documenting the process of building out your stores. Not necessarily that would be your pitch, but if you tell social media, we're building out this, and here's the differences, like, you're literally an open book about your whole plan of what it is you're doing, and you share the ups and downs, and you talk about how you're sourcing your tomato sauce, like it's Italian verified out there in Jersey. Like, you make these funny things, and that you go and you have the Dry Goods Refillery in a different area, and then you sit there and then you build for the slog that is 3 to 4 years. But what you've done in 4 years, where you are now, will take you about 3.5 in a new area because you've learned a lot of things. And then the third store that you open will take 3 years. And in that time, the next step would be for you to create paid content around your knowledge. A ton of free content, and then what you do is you create an aspirational model of monetization on education. So much so that there will come a point in time where there are people who want to not franchise, but do something similar in their neck of the woods. And they're gonna pay you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to go through a 12-month incubation period of them applying for their business license, choosing the location. What have you learned being 4 miles from a highway versus 3.5 miles from a highway? Should you be on Main Street or should you be 2 blocks from Main Street? Like, all of that is money, and people will pay you for your insights, and you're taking 6 to 8 people on that journey with you, and you're gonna learn from them where they're getting roadblocks, and then after that, you then feel a hell of a lot more confident to determine if you're gonna want to franchise or if you would still like to be a pillar of education.
Yes, that sounds like a great roadmap. I'm in on all of that.
Get another store, baby. That's it. We're gonna ink another store. we kind of went on a detour with Rachel, but this is what I do. Like, I am such a pusher and believer of people and things and possibility. And I say, baby, shoot to the moon. And if you land among the Jasmine stars, I will clap you up. I'm so excited for her. I'm so excited about the potential. I love that she is ready to take scrappy action. I think she's being very strategic about choosing the next location. If she gets this grant, I'm not even saying if, I'm just gonna keep on focusing. It will happen. If it doesn't happen in this round or the next round, it's going to happen when the time is right, and that's the belief I'm gonna hold on to. Really proud. Whatever happens, even if she doesn't win the challenge, I would just like, baby, you got another notch in your tool belt. You're gonna be doing big things. JD will send me updates. Girl is getting her hula hoop on. They went to the library. That is so my daughter. If she is just not an independent gangster, everyone's looking. She's just like, I'm doing my own thing. Yes, baby girl, you a leader. You a leader with that side eye.
All right, let's give him a few more minutes, and then you want to sign off, and I can always email you if he does join.
Perfect. That sounds good. It's 11:13 and my third mentee, Chef Larry, hasn't showed up and I haven't heard from him via email. I just spoke to the producer and project manager and she let me know that she hasn't heard from him either. So I'm gonna focus on first things first. I hope that he's okay. I hope that he's well. I hope that he's just very busy. And then I'm gonna focus on well intentions. So part of me being a mentor is giving feedback to the mentees, and I haven't been able to get feedback on his submission, and I really want Chef Larry to do well. I want him to show up well. And so his assignment is due tomorrow. If he sends me something today, I will give him feedback. I don't know if he has enough time to deploy against that feedback, but I'm just gonna hold an intention and I'm gonna show up for him, and I hope that he shows up for himself. So Larry popped on. Hello. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm here today because I'm going to tell you a little bit of who I am and what part I am, what part I play at Just Mentee.
Video you saw, I was trying to make it better today.
So you're gonna shoot it again.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so make it as simple as possible. Chef Penn needs to share 8 sentences. Number 1, we start with your why. Numbers 2 through 7 or 2 through 6 need to share a little bit of your story. And then the last one is you have what they call a call to action. What do you want somebody to do? You want them to vote on the challenge. You want them to leave a comment, like whatever it is. That's what we're going to end it with so that people know how to engage. And with every sentence, I want you to find a new angle. That's it, Chef Penn.
What you're saying is what I wanted to do. I can get over imaginatory in my thinking and my thought process of how I want to do it and how I see doing it.
What you're going through is a classic entrepreneur struggle. Our ideas are outpacing what our reality is. We have champagne taste on a beer budget. That's real. Number 2, we don't know how to ask for help. And the minute we did, people like Caroline show up for us. This is your reminder. Ask for what you need. I am here to support you. I am showing up for you. And I'm happy to hear that you're going to record it once again. You're going to turn it out. Tomorrow you're going to feel really proud. I'm going to root you on. Whenever you're done with it, please feel free to send it to me. I won't add any other changes. I just want to know what the UPS store is going to get. And then next week we show up ready to turn up with a new social strategy with what we're doing. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. I'm here for you. Thank you. Take care.
Recording stopped.
So now it is your turn to participate in challenge 2. This is my invitation for you to do this exact work that I have guided our mentees on what to deploy against. So I'm going to give you the exact questions that Inc.com and the UPS store gave to attendees so you can answer them on your own. And I want to hear from you. Leave a comment and tell me what it is you're doing. What is going to be coming is a brief. Basically, a sentence or 2 about what your new trajectory is. So number 1, I want you to tell me your goal with social media. You saw us distill how to define a goal. The goal could and will look different for everybody. But I want you to get very clear. What do you actually want social media to do for your business? And the answer can't be, I want more followers. And now, on the back of what we just talked about, you know why. After you define your goal, I want you to tell me, what is your primary platform? Just like Rachel, she said, Instagram's gonna be my primary, and I could post the content on other platforms, but this is where I'm gonna focus on my dream customer. Andy had said her main mechanisms will be Facebook and Instagram. I want you to tell me, where are you going and why? And then what I want you to do is I want you to pick your cadence. How many times a week are you going to be posting on that social platform? Both Andy and Rachel have decided to post at minimum once a day. There's not a right or wrong, but just tell me your goals, what platform, and what your cadence, how many times you're going to be posting. And then I want to know your target audience. Like, are you going after men, women? How old are they? Married, single? Now, here's the thing. You might be saying, Jasmine, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm not going to leave it in a comment. I actually want you to leave it in a comment for 2 reasons. Number 1, it keeps you accountable. And number 2, other people can find your business in the comment section and you could be essentially talking to a future customer. So this is us doing business with each other and doing business for each other. So what I would love for you to do is to answer those questions. And if you're feeling a little saucy, if you happen to be watching on LinkedIn or Facebook, add a photo to your comment. I want to see what you're going to be posting. And if you're watching on YouTube, let me know what that photo or reel will be. This is us taking action to grow our businesses. It's an honor and it is a privilege. I can't wait to read your brief. Let's go.
What would Jesus do?
Well, don't put me in the category of Jesus. I don't want to be struck down by lightning right about now. I was blasphemy on this call.